Yeah, what's good, everybody? I want to thank you for tuning in to another Tyler Perry's review of Sistas, Season 3, Episode 6, entitled The Chase. First of all, I want to thank everyone who reached out to me today via Twitter, Instagram. Those DMs were popping. I enjoyed conversing. I enjoyed going back and forth, even those who had differences of opinions. I still enjoyed it. And then, of course, we had the crazy ones, but, I tell y'all what we talked about in those back and forths as well. But I do want to thank you guys. You definitely keep me inspired, motivated, and all that good stuff. But y'all know how I do. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. That's what you choose to, and we about to get into this thing. So we pick up where we left off last week. So when the show opens up, we have Aaron, telling Karen that he wants to make love to her, and this is, I ain't gonna lie. I was anticipating this because that sexual tension and chemistry can only build up for so long until people get tired of it. So it has to come to a climax, and we saw that happen, last night. So I love the fact, number one, that Aaron waited for Karen's consent before he moved forward in a sexual way with her. I'm just glad they had their moment. I would have preferred a better time, but I get it. I understand. Now let me paint this picture for y'all. So I'm watching the episode. I thoroughly enjoyed the build up to their moment. I love the conversation. She went back to, she didn't want him to regret doing anything with her. And I may do another video because I had a whole lot of people asking me a question about this particular scene, just a whole bunch of stuff. So I might do something where I break it down. I don't know. We'll see what God say. But I enjoyed the build up. I enjoyed the way they looked at each other. I enjoyed the kissing, all of that. And even when Karen took her step back, I felt she was, like thinking about, do I really want to do this? I know she wanted to. But there are also a lot of factors that's included in that situation. So when she made, the decision that, yeah, I'm going to do this, and she started kissing him, and, clothes started coming off, and he picked baby girl up, I was like, oh my God, it's going to happen. Then I'm smiling. I'm excited. And then I see Fatima and Zach. I said, what in the entire hell? At first, I ain't gonna lie. At first, I thought it was a network error. Because I'm like, we saw this last week. I cannot understand for the life of me why the hell Tyler Perry included a sex scene with Zach and Fatima while we were seeing Aaron and Karen's first truly sexual experience. And I'm like, damn it, they can't even have a moment? They can't have a moment? I'm like, I felt like for those of us who really enjoy Aaron and Karen, I felt like we were cheated. We have seen Fatima and Zach bone so many times. Why couldn't Karen and Aaron get their moment? Why couldn't that moment be for them? I felt cheated. I felt like, that was a slap in the face for Tyler to do that, because I'm like, neither one of those situations had anything to do with the other. I felt betrayed. I felt like my man cheated on me. I just felt like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Why did they have to share that moment with them when this is a couple who we see have sex all the time? I didn't understand it. There was one young lady who replied to me on Twitter, and she was like, she feel that Tyler did that to show the love triangle or the messiness with this whole situation. And I didn't respond to it. And baby girl, if you happen to listen to my review, it wasn't no disrespect, but I just felt like, hell, we already know that. We already know this shit is messy. We already know it's going to be some stuff. You didn't have to do that, Tyler. Of all the things you could have done, of all the ways you could have made that scene beautiful, and I just feel like you shitted on that moment. That's how I felt. That's how I truly felt. I felt like he just shitted on that moment. And so after the credits run, the next scene is Aaron and Karen laying in bed together. Now, I ain't gonna lie. People had certain, feelings about it. I felt like that scene was very intimate. When they first open up, you see that Karen is laying on his chest, And she takes her index finger and she like pushes it on his chin or whatnot. It was very intimate. And there's a difference when you have sex with somebody and he on his side, you on your side, or she on her side, you on your side. But when you have that type of moment where you are together like that, it's a deeper connection. And I do hope we get an opportunity to see that explored, especially now that they have been sexually involved with one another. And everything was going good. Everything was going good. Karen told him that, she was seeing stars and stuff, and she felt like she was in outer space. The baby girl had reached the heavens, and we already know, hey, ladies, when you feel like reached heaven, that means you was calling out the high name. You was calling on God. We all know. So I think that Karen was very surprised of Aaron's performance. I don't think she maybe felt he was bad, but I don't think she believed that he was that damn great. And so it was going well. And so there's a part where he was like, he asked her how she was feeling. And she says, I should be asking you that. And he says, well, one, I loved it. And two, I'll pray and repent later and I'll feel better. And she felt like maybe they shouldn't have done it if that's, a part of how he's feeling. And so he was like, no. This was my choice. I wanted it. I wanted you. This was my decision. And she was like, why? I think she wanted to know, like, if you knew this was going to be an aspect of your emotion, why did you want to go there with me? And I was like, Aaron, tell her. I mean, hell, you already told her when you was drunk. And so I felt like he was like, why? And I'm like, just tell her why. You did it because you love her. You did it because you're in love with her. And at the same time, I do understand Aaron being a little cautious or a little reserved with his emotions, because he still does know that Karen is not completely over Zach, and he knows that there is some unfinished business there. So I feel that he wanted to tell Karen that he loved her. This is why he did it. But I just don't think he's now that he has a sobered mind, I don't think he's in a place where he wants to reveal that just yet. Now, the thing that pissed me the hell off, it is safe to say that we all know Aaron's nature. We all know Aaron's character. I don't care what the hell Aaron had going on. I cannot see him getting up in a rush like that to leave Karen in bed after he just made love to her. That doesn't make any sense at all. I don't care what unless it probably has something to do with them kids who don't even like him. I can't see what was so vitally important for him to get up like that. And then you saw when she was like, he said, I'm going to call you. She said, you going to call me? And she was like, Aaron. And I just felt like maybe she's feeling he has some regrets. Because I think that was like her biggest thing going into it. She never wanted him to regret doing anything with her. And that is also something that she mentioned in season 2 when they were, in the hotel room. And so I got this question a lot, and I'm going to go ahead and answer it. Do I believe that Karen had sex with Aaron because she's mad at Zach? And I absolutely do not believe that. One of the main reasons why I don't believe that is because I think people forget that Karen has strong feelings for Aaron. I'm going to go out on a hunch and says that she loves him. I don't know about her being in love with him, but I believe she loves him. I believe she cares about him. And I believe that she has a huge respect for him as a person. And this is something that was in the making before the situation with Zach ever happened. And I think that when we see Aaron catching them and her crying and knowing that it was a possibility that she may have ruined something that was really great in her life, and we see, her crying and things of that nature, I think it really proved that Aaron means more to her than just, catching a nut, having sex. This is somebody who she really has a deep emotional connection with and an emotional bond with, yet she still got stuff going on where she can't fully, get over or release her ex. So that's the situation with that. But no, I do not believe that she had sex because she's mad at Zach. I believe that she really wanted to make love to Aaron, so she did. So, Andy and Gary, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, I didn't care. I didn't like this episode. I did not like this episode, not in the least bit. I didn't. But Andy and Gary. So, Andy and Gary, when Andy comes out of her room, she sees Gary on the phone. She was doing good until, he said he was at the gym at 4 a.m. So baby girl started to have flashbacks because, at one point, Andy was the jump off. Andy was the mistress. Andy was the chick on the side because he was a married man. And I think Andy began to think about, well, if he did this to Jasmine, there's a possibility that he's going to do this to me. I said, yeah, I'm thinking, yes, sis, you need to be thinking along those lines. You definitely do. And so there was some jealousy going on because Gary was not forefront as to who he was speaking with. He never told Andy. He was like, oh, so we're both doing this. Like, we're both jealous. We're both. And she was like, no, I'm not jealous. I just want to know who you were talking to. And I'm like, Andy, baby, you are jealous. You're jealous because, karma is more than a bitch. And you're going to get yours one way or other. It might not be a woman, and we'll get into the preview for next week. It might not be another woman. However, you will get yours. So I understood like her reservation for, being a little cautious or a little unsure about Gary, especially since brother can't get it up to have sex with her. That is an insult to injury. If, being a woman and you trying to have sex with your man and he telling you because of something that you did, which is what he told her last night, because of something that she did, he is unable to perform. Nick, what? I'm going to try to be more positive when I talk about them. Even though y'all know I don't like them, I'm going to try to be more positive when I discuss Andy and Gary, because I just feel like at this point in time, I'm wondering, why the hell are they on the show? If this is going to be their storyline, which we have been dealing with this narcissistic, relationship, this abusive, manipulative, controlling situation since season 1, and we're still here. We're still here. I don't see any change in sight. It is what it is. We just learn to deal with it. So I'm going to just finish off with Andy. So when Andy's at work, she's talking to Fatima. Her and Fatima decide to go to lunch. And further along down the line, Sabrina calls her because Sabrina wants the girls to get together to discuss the issues that they're having within their sisterhood, which I can understand that. And so Andy was like, yeah, I'm going to bring Fatima. And for those who like Fatima and she's your favorite character, ain't nothing wrong with that. But please take sis off that pedestal. Please take her off, because she going to shatter y'all dreams. Take her down. Take her down. So when Andy had to go to cancel the plans that she made with Fatima looked sad. Fatima looked hurt because Andy was like, yeah, because I'm going to meet the girls. I'm like, you asshole. Why did you even have to tell her that? All you had to say was, Fatima, I had to cancel our plans. Unfortunately, something came up. You didn't even got to go that deep. Fatima got to cancel our plans. And so they was like, I saw so many comments on there. What Andy should have did was she should have canceled lunch with the girls, because she already had made plans with Fatima, and Fatima should have been able to go to the lunch. First of all, let's discuss this. If you go back and listen to the review I did on the trailer for season 3, if they added Fatima on the picture, and I said, this is never going to work. It's never going to work because there is too much conflict that exists right now. Even if the conflict resolves and Fatima and Zach really become an item or become a couple, there will always be a situation because Zach is Karen's ex. It would never be Hakuna Matata. It would never be Kumbaya. It will never be. Just realistically, it will never, ever be. So the fact that Andy said, I'm going to bring Fatima, I'm like, how smart are you? It amazes me. Andy has all the book smarts in the world, but no damn common sense. When Sabrina is the most wise one in the conversation, you know there's a problem. And at that moment, Sabrina was the most wise one, because she was like, no, we're trying to get you and Karen to talk. Fatima doesn't need to be there. And that is something that I want people to know. She was added to the opening credits and to the picture and all that good stuff, but Fatima is not a sister. She is a sister, but she's not their sister. She's not their friend. She's not their homie. She's not their girl. She's Andy's friend. She's not the girl's friend. And I think that distinction has to be made, because no one owes Fatima anything. And the reason why Fatima was looking sad, because Fatima ain't got no damn friends. That is legit. Obviously, Fatima has no friends. We don't know why Fatima don't have friends. I'm very leery of women who don't have at least one damn female friend. I'm a little weird about that. She like Zach. Zach don't have not nan male friend that we've seen in 3 damn seasons. I don't trust people like that either. My circle is very small. And I have some of the same friends I've had since elementary, middle, high, and college, and some I've made after. But it's like when it comes to that stuff like that, I would tell my friends quick, oh, that's your friend coming to lunch with us? Okay, cool, because I want to let you know she's not my friend. She's your friend. I'm not going to diss the girl or nothing like that, but I'm mindful about what I say because I don't know you like that, and you're not my friend. So that's the situation with Fatima. Poor baby. She did look sad. I was like, damn, Andy, bring her a doggy bag, damn it. Because she did. She did look sad. So Zach and Fatima. Fatima is a straight up nigga. Do you hear me? Let me tell you what really happened last night. After Fatima and Zach had sex and all that good stuff, I don't care what nobody say, Zach was trying to sneak up out of Fatima's house. Even if he thought she was asleep, why are you sneaking like that? Somebody swore up and down. He wasn't sneaking. He didn't want to wake her up. I said, baby girl, if me and you going to converse, if we're going to talk, you going to have to come at me correct. Otherwise, there's no purpose in this. I said, if you would have caught your child walking like that and you caught them, what's the first thing parents say? What your ass sneaking in here for? That's exactly what Zach was doing. But he didn't know Fatima was standing there watching him. And so I read many comments about, Fatima playing games. What exactly does she want from him? This ain't nothing new. Fatima been doing the same thing with Zach, been pulling that little chain. She won't give him a direct answer about what they're doing, what they are, or where they're going. I do understand, I completely agree why Fatima is moving the way that she's moving, because she understands when she told Zach, you're still in love with Karen. No, I'm not. Nigga, just a night and a half ago, you just told this woman that you wanted her and Karen. What changed? And that's the crazy part in the Tyler Perry universe and his time frames, because you literally just told her this and you expect her to give her heart to you? In what world? In what world does that make sense? In what world would it benefit for Fatima to be in a serious relationship with Zach? Regardless of how bad, certain fans want to see it, it doesn't make logical sense. She is setting herself up for failure. She's setting herself up for heartbreak. But I do feel like Fatima should have some type of footing as to, look, Zach, I do like you, which she did tell him, and I just want to have sex with you, or I just want to chill with you from time to time. But let it be known. I think Zach has asked many a times, and many a times he hasn't gotten a clear and concrete answer. So we don't know what's gonna happen with that. She basically told him he needed to go, and there's men like him who make women that way, and it was a lot. And I said, Fatima, baby, I understand that you are, protecting your heart and protecting yourself. But at the same time, too, don't blame Zach for something he really hasn't done to you just yet. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not going to give him that opportunity, let it be known what you want to do with him. You ain't got to be serious with him. I wouldn't. But I'd probably try that. I'm joking. No, not even Zach fine and everything, but his whole personality would turn me the hell off. So Danny and her nosy ass. It's a couple of things I don't like. I don't like the fact that Danny is always in Zach's business as if he's a little boy. That's a grown ass man. He don't need you coming behind him and changing his diaper every 3 hours. Leave that man alone. It's becoming it's a little disturbing. And it's been happening since season 1. And I'm just like, let Zach be. Leave him alone. I never liked that dynamic in their relationship. And I also don't like that she always brings up Zach to Karen. Like, you heard from Zach. Why? Because they had sex. Now he finna be like the focal point of conversations. I just feel like what I really would love to see with the women, honestly, no jokes or anything. When it comes to exes, when it comes to someone who your friend may be having a difficult time letting go, stop bringing them up. Stop bringing them up. Don't tell me what he's doing. I don't care what's going on in his life. I'm trying to move on. And I wish that was like a focal point of conversation, because it seems like, it's like like your friends keep, messing with a scab that's trying to heal. And in the midst of it healing, you're still talking about it, rubbing it. So now it's bleeding again. Leave it alone. Let it air out, and damn it, let it go. So Sabrina wanted Danny to invite Karen to lunch because she figured, that Karen was still mad at her. So when when Danny called Karen, Karen was in a great mood. Karen was, which we know why. Baby, sex, like I said in my video last week, baby, sex will change it will change your life. It will change. It will change your life. It will change your mood. It will change your mindset. Baby, it changes the way that you dress, okay? It changes the way that you speak, the way you move them hips. Men, I don't know what to do for y'all because I'm not a man. So I don't know. But for a woman, baby, sex brings confidence. You hear me? Good sex. Okay? Good sex brings confidence out this world. Okay? I'm just letting it be known. But she was like, yeah, Danny could tell that, Karen was in a great mood and stuff like that. And so, she told her that to meet them for lunch, don't be late. And then she told Karen that she was an ass. I said, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. So if Karen was an ass, that means Danny, Sabrina, and Fatima were asses as well. Because all y'all basically did the same thing. Karen was a little bit more louder and aggressive in her approach, but the subject matter or the end result, y'all both wanted the same thing. You didn't want Andy to marry Gary. And Karen just decided that she didn't want to stick around to watch that. That doesn't make her ass. That makes her an adult. That makes her a person who don't want to sit around and see your best friend make, probably the worst decision of her life. Which I would have been Karen in that moment. You call me an ass all you want. I wouldn't have stayed there and watched the shit. But, yeah, so, Jesus Christ. Sabrina and Jacoby, I felt like, no, I do not agree with Jacoby bringing up false allegations of sexual harassment because we all know that did not happen. However, when you are in leadership, I don't care what you do. Leadership, you do not deal with subordinates. Because you just don't know what the hell is going to happen when you stop, giving up sex. You don't know what that other person is going to do. So I don't agree with him making false allegations. I also don't agree with him being fired. And the thing that really pissed me off about Sabrina was the fact that she did not stand up for Jacoby. And that's the part that got me. She didn't stand up for him just as a supervisor. That yes, didn't say nothing about we had a customer to come in who was irate, who was using vulgar language, and who physically assaulted Jacoby before Jacoby, struck him or whatever. And honestly, the guy assaulted me. He grabbed me, and Jacoby was defending me. He was protecting me. I'm like, heifer, you ain't say nothing. You just let Miss India, I'm assuming, Miss India told her to fire Jacoby. You just let it happen. You didn't defend him at all. I'm like, what damn supervisor doesn't defend their people? Don't go to war for their people. Don't go to bat for their people. So I can understand why in Jacoby's eyes, it looks like, oh, I'm getting fired, but you protecting this nigga. You protecting Calvin. He's the one who came in here acting an ass, and I lose my job. I could understand. Now, I could understand him being upset. I could understand him even trying to sue. But for sexual harassment, buddy, you taking it far. And then I got really confused when he told Sabrina, you hurt me. I said, what? She hurt you. She hurt you how? She hurt you emotionally, or she hurt you because she fired you? Because I need some clarification. Because Tyler be having everybody around here dipping, diving, falling in love and shit. That's a line from Love Jones. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't have no sense. But anyway, they be falling in love so quick. And I'm like, you have known this woman for probably a week and a half in Tyler Perry time. Tyler Perry universe. How did she hurt you, baby? But you know what? Watching this, I have a thing with men and aggression. And I probably need to go talk to somebody because I am drawn to that kind of stuff. Like, that is a turn on for me. When Jacoby was like, that's what you did to me, I was like, shit. I was like, oh my God. Rewind. Baby, rewind that again. Let's see. What? That probably was too much information, but I'm just saying, y'all my peeps, and I feel comfortable with y'all. But I'm just saying, I felt bad for Jacoby though. I really felt bad for Jacoby, and I wanted to slap Sabrina. That was a whole ass mess. So Maurice and Calvin, Lord Jesus, you know what? I don't really have much to say about this, But this is what I want to say. Excuse me. I've had a lot of people to come at me since I've been doing Sistas reviews about some of the statements I make about Tyler Perry and some of the statements I make about his writing. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Because we all view things differently. But we all know the difference between good writing and poor writing and poor character development. We get taught character development, well, I did in elementary school. I know how to write dialogue. I know how to structure paragraphs, sentences, things like that. Okay. So if you're doing expository writing, if you're doing descriptive writing, narrative, all that good stuff, they teach that in elementary school in Florida. So it behooves me why this man can't structure. I'm not even finna go there. Tyler has a way of trying to play with minds. This thing, the way that when Calvin was telling Maurice that he loved him, that he was proud of him and all of that, and he gave him a hug, I don't know. Me personally, I'm not saying they out there, that they not out there. Me personally, I don't know any straight man who's going to allow a gay man to wrap his leg around him. In what world? And then get mad, or people want to say people are prejudiced or they are judging when people say they have a feeling that Calvin is, something ain't right. And it's like Tyler pushes that envelope all the time. And it's like, well, he want to make people think about how they judge people. No, we are beyond that. We are past that. Every episode is something that's in there that will make someone question, Calvin's sexuality or his preferences. And I get it. You could be open and as free as you want. I understand that. But I'm like, baby, there's a difference. And Calvin just whatever. It is whatever. But if y'all don't know who Lovey is, I had someone to message me today. I didn't know initially. Well, last night I found out because I was looking at all the stuff that was going on about how, a lot of people were, talking about Tyler as in his dialogue or his writing technique when it comes to script development. And there are a group of people who will support Tyler Perry regardless of what he does. And then you have a group of people who desire more, who want more, who wants more. We want people to say more than I'm sorry. It's okay. Sorry. It's okay. That's the book. I wish I could read the script and see how many sorries, it's okay, that is in there, because it is ridiculous how many times we hear that word from all the characters, from all of them. How many times we hear baby from damn Andy to Gary. It makes no sense. And so now you have people on Twitter who are really, sharing their opinions and their thoughts about it, because I feel like when I start producing films, when you guys can actually see it, and I put something out there that is trash, that ain't up to par to what I believe or what you believe I can do, I give y'all permission. I don't want y'all to come to me and be like, Alicia, you need your ass beat. Why did you put that out there like that? You better than that, sis. And that's something that I would want. And I think that people have become so complacent because it's Tyler Perry. We just accept what he gives. And it's like, no. There's too many Black talented people out there who are on the rise, who have a pure, heart and a pure vision, and they do what they have to do to make it work. There is no reason why you should be writing a show called Sistas and you don't have a writer's room with damn sisters. I don't care if you talk to a group of women and then you went and wrote this script. That is not how that works. Because I don't care who you are as a man. I don't care how well you think you know women. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how intelligent you are. You will never be able to understand the mindset of a woman. You will never be able to understand the strength of a Black woman. You will never be able to understand where our mind could go. You will never be able to understand that we can't show weakness in these moments. You have to be on it, because if you don't do it, ain't nobody else gonna do it. There are just too many jewels that you will never be able to write because you are not a Black woman. Period. Tyler is good at writing drama. He's good at writing twists and turns. He's great at that. But if you don't have the other element, that's why all Tyler shows start off good, and at the end, everybody waiting for the damn show to be canceled. Tell me I'm wrong. That's what happens, because he is like, his mind can't stay fresh in that moment to continue to write these characters as evolving people, people who are growing, people who are maturing. So people get tired of what they see. And I think that's what's going on with Sisters, unfortunately. And we're all just in the third season. I could tell you about 55 people who have reached out to me to let me know they don't even watch this show anymore. They listen to my reviews and they keep it going. But it's like, yeah, Tyler, I'm glad someone with notoriety, made that leap and said something about it, because it's sad. It really is sad. But like I said, I didn't like the show. So I'm trying to do things to fill it in. So I'm gonna answer some questions. What was my favorite scene of the episode? My favorite scene, of course, was Karen and Aaron finally getting it in and doing what damn it had to be done. It was, like I said, I wish the timing was better. I wish they more had a better footing on their emotional state. But I get it. Sometimes the timing isn't perfect when something happens. So that's reality. That's real. I just hate the fact that we had to see damn Zach and Fatima asses up there. I would never understand it. Like, what the hell? It would be great when Aaron and Karen have their first sex scene that we throw up Zach and Fatima. Who? Tyler, who did you talk to? Why? In the whole time of watching Sisters, there have never been a moment like that. Everybody has had their own individual experiences, their own individual moments to share. Why Karen and Aaron couldn't have that? I would never understand that. Damn it, they need a redo. They need a redo where it's just them. Hell, let it be at Aaron's house. Let him decorate or whatever. But we need something better. We need something different, Tyler. Because I don't like what you did there. I really don't. I don't like what he did there. What do I think of Danny's and Preston's relationship? Honestly, I don't think about it. I don't think much about it. I don't think that Tyler really has. This is how I honestly feel. I love all the sisters, but sometimes I don't like some of them. And it switches. I believe that since the first season, I believe that Danny, the character of Danny, has gotten the short end of the stick, and I don't like it. I feel like Danny, we are seeing a more mature Danny. We are seeing a Danny that is changing, but I just feel like we may get a minute and 15 seconds, if that, of her and Preston. So it's hard for me to like, I like them together. I think they're very sweet, but I just think they don't have those necessary conversations that they should be having, especially since she's the only sister who has now, Andy, but where she's living with someone. That is a huge step. I think they made that step too quickly, though, without really talking, without really, airing out, some things that they may be dealing with personally that may affect them collectively. I would have enjoyed seeing that. And I know that Danny has walls up. Danny has barriers. Who doesn't? All those women have barriers and walls up. You know what I'm saying? The only person who passed we really don't know about like that is Sabrina. We know that Andy has been in abusive relationships. We know from Karen telling Aaron that, she had given herself to men and, they just took and she really didn't get anything in return. So she hasn't had great, history with men. We know that Danny hasn't had great, issues with men, which has caused, self-esteem issues, and certain insecurities. But Sabrina, all we know is that she like thug dudes. She like tattoos and bullet holes. That's what she like. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we don't really know much about her, but when it comes to Danny, we know she's dealing with her own stuff. But I just would love to see, them spend more time on that storyline. They were supposed to go see Preston's mom. That hasn't happened. What's taking so long? We don't know. For us, it's long. For them, it's probably been 4 days. We don't know. We have no idea. If I could change something about Sisters, what would it be? And I really like this question. And if I could change something about Sisters, what would it be? I would change the writer of the damn show. Change the writer of the show. You have a new show. You have a new perspective. You have a refreshing, spirit about the show. That's what I want to see, to be perfectly honest. I think it's time for it's been time for Tyler to move on. Get some fresh voices out there. Get some fresh, minds. Because I feel like Sisters is such a gem of a show. It is such There's so much potential in this show, and I have an uncertainty whether or not we will be able to see it manifest in that way. I don't know. I haven't looked at the ratings or anything like that. So if someone happens to have it, please drop it in the comments. That a lot of people just don't watch this show anymore. It gets ridiculous episode by episode. You know what I'm saying? And I just really would love to see Sisterhood form back. I would love to see them loving on each other, giving each other sound advice. You know what I'm saying? Really making a stand about how you want to see your sisters grow. You want to see your sister become who she's supposed to become. You want to see her be purposed in what she does. You don't want to see her still dealing with the same shit, the same dude that she's been dealing with for the past 3 years who hasn't been a benefit at all. And I know some people wanted me to talk about the bank scene. Whatever. Zach opened up a bank account. And he put $19,900 or whatever it was in the stock. We're going to see what happened with that. Look like the stock went down. I don't even know if Zach was reading the stock right. Probably wasn't even his stock. But knowing Tyler, Zach is going to have a miraculous upgrade. Watch. He going to have the money. He going to start dressing different. You know, all of that. All of that. You know, I already see it. Watch. Watch what I say. But then again, this is Tyler Perry. So let's deal with next week's episode. So, before I get to there, Karen at this damn salon. So, baby, Karen was in such a great mood. Karen was skipping and flinging her hair. And of course, you know, Pam nosy ass noticed. And she was like, let me not even go there. Anyway, you know, Pam recognized it, and it made me think when I was in high school. When I was in college, and me and my boyfriend, it was long distance, and every other weekend I was coming home because, you know, sex affects your mood, like I said earlier. And when you used to get some on a consistent basis and you ain't getting none, it messes with you. And my friends would be like, when you carrying your ass home, because you need to get some. You need to get some. And so I laugh so hard because it does. And not only is it just about sex, but the intimacy behind it as well. And, I didn't know I was talking for 36 minutes. But anyway, I love the happy Karen. You know, I love the Karen that, she may be dealing with her own issues, but I love the happy Karen. I love the Karen that, you know, really ain't sweating nobody, don't have an attitude or a mean mug. I love this Karen, and I pray that she hangs around a little bit longer. But knowing Tyler, he don't want nobody to be happy, so we probably won't see her too much longer. But anyway, preview. So, first of all, I'm trying to figure out why the hell is Fatima going to get Andy clothes from her house? I am your assistant at work. I am not your damn personal assistant. I want to see Fatima. I want to see Fatima put her foot down with Andy. I'm your assistant at work. I do not run your personal errands. But anyway, since she didn't say that, she get to Andy's house and she hears some moaning in the bedroom. She hear a man voice and a woman voice getting it in. Let me tell you how crazy some of these fans are. I done seen some people say, "Oh, Gary's in there with Aaron." I said, what? What did you just say? I said, you know what? And I seen a lot of those comments. It's a lot of people that think that. And I'm like, there's a woman in there and there's a man in there. Okay. Either one or two things I believe that's happening in that bedroom. Either A, Gary is in there watching porn and he's jacking off, or he in there with Jasmine ass. One or two things. I personally believe it's the first one. I think he's in there, you know, watching porn since he can't get it up or, you know, get off with Andy at the moment. So he's doing the next best thing. That's what I believe. And I could be completely wrong, but that's what I believe that's happening. And then we see Karen, she gets this certified mail that's delivered at her job at night. I'm like, what? So Pam was like, you getting sued? I'm like, who the hell would sue her? What's going on? You know, Tyler, damn it, we just got happy Karen. Now you about to take her away. And I also want to see, you know, how Karen and Aaron are going to be. Was that sex just a one-time thing? Is it going to be a consistent thing? What's going to happen with that? I want to know. And also to these church people, let me tell y'all something. I might make a special video just for that, and y'all can listen to it. But I want to say this. I was in ministry for a long time. I was celibate for a long time, and being celibate was a personal decision of mine because your girl was out here, okay? Back in the day, I've shared that before. I lived a life, a very promiscuous lifestyle, and I just made that decision because one, I wanted to prove to myself that I could be better than that. I didn't have to do those things. And then just change of life. Wanted to be a better person. Not that sex makes you a negative person, but just some of the stuff, man. Hey, I was a player out here in these streets, but you know it amazes me how, oh, he's a pastor, oh, he's this, oh, he's that. Having a title does not suppress your sexual appetite. Having a title does not make you less desirable, and it doesn't make you less desired. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we really have to understand that people are people. People are human. People are flawed. People are gonna error. So I saw so many, to me, just judgmental posts about Aaron and about Karen. Like, she know he a pastor. How could she do that? Baby, let me tell you something. A lot of them people who you looking up to, a lot of them people who you calling deacons, a lot of them people who on the usher board, and not doing all of this, whole lot of them having sex and they not married. So I want you to think about that. And like I said, I might do a video on that because if I don't know nothing else, baby, I know the church very well, and I don't like that. I don't like that type of attitude when it comes to people, because we're gonna make mistakes. If God let some of your skeletons come out, what we gonna say? You know what I'm saying? So I always try to think like that. And yeah, we just gonna see what happened on this next episode. It says that Andy tries to stay out of the love triangle between Fatima, Karen, and Zach. And so we just gonna see what happened with that. If I missed anything, which I'm sure I did, you could put it in the comments. If there's something. Oh, I want to ask y'all this too, because I've been thinking about doing like a weekly show on YouTube, just talking about whatever. We could be about whatever. If you have, excuse me, if you have any like specifics when it comes to sisters that you want me to like create another extra video for, please let me know. I appreciate the input. You can email me or message me on social media. I'll leave all that stuff in the description box. I have been talking for 42 minutes. I sincerely apologize for this review being, so long. But I love y'all. And you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you so much. And I will holler at y'all later. One.